Hello guys, and welcome back to the series of Transport Fever. Number 2 that is, obviously. With the eye on number 3 coming out later this year. Some people have been to, meanwhile, to a press event. And they all sort of had the same feeling that it is close to a release for Transport Fever 3. So probably somewhere in the first 6 months of the year. We're already almost in month 3, so it could be very quickly. In our series over here, episode number 5, which means we are doing the campaign. We have 6 episodes or 6 missions in every chapter. This is the first chapter, and then we have another 2 ones coming. And of course, we started in 1850 somewhere, and every of these missions, you move on a little bit in time. So mission number 5 is over here.
Russia, at the turn of the century. Tsar Nicholas II rules with an iron fist. Anyone who dares to be thrilled by far too dangerous ideas is summarily sent to the endless vastness of Siberia. But many are here of their own free will. Arriving from the overpopulated East, they hope for a better life. The longest railway in the world is going to make it possible.
Apparently we're marking the longest railway. Yeah, you can see on our map here we have these little flags. That's where we are playing about. The first time we were somewhere in Virginia, I think. The second time we went all the way to Indonesia. Episode number 3, I think it was Scotland. Episode number 4, we were back in North America, in this case Mexico. And then now we are over here, and then next time it's Middle East by the looks of it. So let's see what they want from us here. Apparently somewhere something with a long trailway. But yeah, sometimes we are forbidden to build in certain areas, so we might have to fool around a little bit. We'll see.
People don't necessarily head for Siberia voluntarily. But
we're in Siberia this time.
They soon learn to love the taiga intimately. Now, the longest railway in the world is supposed to be completed here. You head a key ministry within the Tsarist Empire. That's why the Tsar has entrusted you with this prestigious project. Greatness lies ahead. Soon it will be completed, the railway line that crosses the continent. But the most important leg is still missing. The section all around Lake Baikal, the golden clasp of the Russian belt of steel. The terrain along the lake shore is treacherous and requires meticulous preparation. Take the necessary measures so that construction can begin soon. First of all, feeder routes to the shores of Lake Baikal must be built so that supplies of materials always remain insured.
Okay. He wants to ensure the steel production to collect we need to connect 2 places, and there another 2 places. So we need to connect some cities by the looks of it. And we need to produce steel. That's the first step, but let's have a look what is going on here. Over here we don't know what is going on. What we do know is that they gave us a cargo station. Over here there is a quarry where we at some point probably will have to pick up stone. Is any of this city is not important at the moment. We need to collect, we do have a train station here. Okay, so now, and here's the red line, so we can at this moment in time we can't build the left side here. Because you can sort of see we're gonna have to go around the bay here. but we are not allowed that. But we do have a dock here and we have a dock on that side, so we're probably gonna have to send a boat across at some point so that they can build the rest of the railway, I'm assuming. So what you want us to do is collect this city with the one there, and they gave us already the cargo stations, so that means we'll just track it, I guess. That's the problem here. We'll make it single track for now. We'll keep it outside. Now of course that quarry is over there, which means we're gonna have to come in with another track if we can do that by train. I'm gonna leave some room for potentially a second track on the other side. So we'll go around town. Hold shift, doesn't matter, still want to delete 3 of those things. I want to turn here though. So I'm sorry over there. Don't panic. You will get your houses back once the game has figured out that we are just trying to build a train track here. Not something you can't build, rebuild houses. The game will do it for you. If you delete some stuff. Just making sure. I usually do 3 of the black numbers, which is the speed, maximum speed. So you build it in step by step. Here. What did I do on that station? Where did I start? Oh no, which is just, okay, right, okay, that's fine. So we're sort of on the right track, that's exactly what I wanted, so we can go still closer to the river there. Which means we start left here. And make it at least 2 numbers straight, in case we need a crossing here, which we probably need, so I'm gonna immediately make that. Whatever we have to bring here at some point. From there over there, around the bay, and then here, that's gonna be a long journey. We probably need 2 or 3 trains on that, so we're eventually gonna have to double it up, but there we go. That's fine for now, and now we'll just, for now, we will just let it go in. And we obviously, yeah, either here we're gonna have to adjust that station to make it a double track. Oh no, they gave us a double track. But then we are going to adjust that here though. We're gonna make some changes here. We'll make the other connections later, but our main objective now is to connect the train track. So we're going to start with 2 numbers straight and 2 numbers straight. Make the diamond. Okay, game says no. Okay. We're gonna remove the diamond again. What does that mean? That usually means that it's not flat enough or something. So we're gonna smoothen this out here. And then try again. That usually sometimes does the trick. There we go. We know the game by now. So we want to connect this track. And then for now, later on we will double track it. We need 2 trains, but for now we'll just let it go in. I will tell them to stop here. Nah, we don't need signals. Okay, we got a green check, so those 2 are connected. And then he also wants to connect Irkutsk and Port Bakhail. Port Bakhail is over here. And we have Irkutsk over there. It's gonna be the same story. Same story here. It has been messing here. we're gonna make sure we have a diamond first before anything else. I like to have diamonds on the stations. And then we can turn this thing immediately, no problem. And we'll pull this one in, and then later we just have to delete this and let it go straight. So this time we're staying on the outside, or if we put an extra track next to it, we're gonna put it right of it. Also, I need to think on that. Okay, he wants us to go there apparently, but same thing there. I'm just gonna go here for now, put it there, and figure out what they did here for us. Same thing. And they want to send us here, but we need to go steal. I think we're gonna go a little bit wider here, so I'm gonna remove this track here. And probably also this for now. See if we can make this any better. There's not much we can do here in a way that we can't go straight here. We have to turn. So we're gonna double turn here. Now this is gonna be very tricky to make a diamond here in the middle of a corner, but we'll try. Let's first smoothen it out. It usually helps for diamonds. If diamond doesn't work, then we could do a left-right situation, but okay, he's okay with that. Now, is he gonna be okay with that? Probably not. It's okay, he is okay. He makes a diamond here. Surprise, surprise. Okay, now we just let this one turn. Make a bit of a wider corner, usually gets you there. We're gonna make our track there, so what we're gonna do is terrain tools, assets, delete a few of these trees here that we can see where we're actually building. We will put them back after we're building, you know, emissions and all that. Something like that. No, that's no good. We were building the outside, weren't we? I think that's what we did over there. We grabbed the outside. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter that much then. See, we haven't made the shape over there yet. There we go. I am going to double track it because we're gonna let that steel come in from here as well with a corner. So that's gonna come on here. So we might need to double track here pretty early. So I am gonna double track this whole bit already. Then it's already future proof as well. We have diamonds on this part of the track. We have diamonds on this station and on the other one, so that is already it's proved to be double tracked, and so making sure that they are driving on both sectors, we're gonna have to come up with some signals. In this case, not that many. We just put one stop here in front of the diamond. In case there is a train on the platform behind us here, this one will stop. We obviously don't need to stop here, as we see some people do, because if this train stops, it's going to actually block the diamond, and then the other one can't come through either. Then both of the trains, then you're gonna get red exclamation mark on top of your screen. So we don't want a diamond stop there. We just want one stop there, and then on the other side we want one stop there for now, and then the train will actually know that he needs to drive there. So same here. There we go. And if we now make a line from this depot to this depot, the train actually will know to drive on the right side. Now, those in the UK will probably go opposite. So that's our second green check here on the left. We have connected these two as well. And other than that, the steel production, not very clear what we need to do with that steel, but we just need to produce steel. Now, once we have steel, it's very hard to tell. None of the cities require steel, so we're probably gonna go to that station, which we cannot do now at the moment, because we cannot build in the red zone yet. Red square here, you can see it is forbidden. So what we are doing now is producing steel. If we click on the steel factory, steel works. I think in the main game they call it a mill, but so we call it. I just call it steel factory. We need 2 ores and 2 coals to make 1 steel. So we need to bring ore and steel here. Now this is a bit short for a train. This is a small train maybe. So what I'm gonna do here, because coal and ore are the same thing when it comes to cargo cars for the trains, I'm gonna send the train from here, from the steel plant, to the ore mines over there. Passing by here, picking up 50% here and picking up 50% there. Now, that's something we haven't done yet, messing around with percentages. You can do that with, for instance, a coal and an ore mine, but you need to have the same cargo. You cannot do that with, let's say, with grain and food, because those are different. The grain is, you need to be transported in a gondola, and the food in a boxcar. So then you're gonna have to use, that's what we did the last time. We had a train which had like three or 4 cars of each behind. That is also an option. In this case, it will be the same cargo car, but we need to tell this thing to pick up some coal and some ore, because otherwise it will pick up one of the 2. Now, what you could do is you could go send a small train going up, or a truck going up and down with coal, and then the other one picking up ore. But seeing we have to bring in equal numbers, I like to do the 50-50 trick when it comes to coal and ore. Especially in this case, seeing it is on one line. So what does that mean? That means we need a station here. Cargo terminus will do. We don't go any further. Is there any world we need 2 tracks? No, probably not. Such a short trip that the train will be coming back here very soon. Somewhere in that angle we want. Okay, we have our angle that we want. Hold down C so that it doesn't clip. If it's gonna clip, it's gonna, in this case it's not that bad, but it's always gonna put it straight forward, 90 degrees from your factory. So what I do is hold C, and then you can, more or less, you can put it wherever you want, as long as it connects. You see it connecting, it will highlight the factory next to us. And we sort of have the angle to go to towards the coal. There we go, that's 1. And then we're going to click on the cargo through stations. In this case we're going to make 2 tracks, because it needs to go by on the other side. No, actually 1 track is just fine. Yeah, actually we have to do something like this. We'll do a little bit of next to M and N on your keyboard. For me that is a dots and a slash. I think for you guys it's question mark. Depends a bit what I say for me, because I have a different keyboard. I don't have a QWERTY, I have an AZERTY. For instance, I'm using N and question mark to rotate these things that you have in your hand, while you guys are using N and M, but on an AZERTY keyboard, the M is on the 2nd line of your keys and not the 3rd line, so it's a bit different. Yeah, we're gonna hold C, turn this thing a little bit, nope, bring it back up, turn this thing a little bit, something like this, and then we will make it clip. Okay, and we're gonna do the same on the steel mill planting. Also something like that. And why are we doing it here as well? It's because we expect this thing to go to that side of the river, of the port. We're sort of gonna aim it. We will adjust our road here this time. Something like this. Here I do want 2 tracks in case we're gonna have to go through, which it probably will. Sort of we're building future-proof already. And then hold down C so that it doesn't clip, so that we can put it in this direction. If we do not hold down C, then this happens. Then it's gonna try to want to put it that way. So we're gonna hold C that we can actually put it that way. There we go. And then obviously, yeah, we're gonna have to cross here with a turn in the bridge, which is not ideal, but we should have put it a bit straighter, I guess. And now we're gonna track it. 2 digits. First make our diamond. There we go. Always making sure we have diamonds, especially on things like here where we have end stations. You want to have diamonds on the track. In this case, we don't want a diamond because there's only one train going to come in here, so we're just gonna double track it here. We're just gonna go out with an extra track. There we go, and he will sort it out here. Okay, now we need to see how we can make this work. Very sharp corner we did here, but yeah. 70 kilometers an hour. Okay, we'll deal with that. Okay, it's good enough for now. And then here we want that side connected to that side, obviously. That's that. Now let us think about this for a second. This train is going to come in, it's going to stop here, it's going to pick up 50% coal, it's going to go straight, it's going to come back and go on the other side, and then just come to this platform, and that is also why I didn't build 2 platforms there. When he comes back from the ore mine, he doesn't need to stop on the coal mine, so we can just go through here with this. We can just go pop. Okay, what we could do is we can configure it and make sure that these tracks are part of the station, but we don't need a platform, we don't need a deliver. If you need to deliver here, you need to make a platform, otherwise the train will just fly by. But you do want to put the tracks on the station, because otherwise you just saw it. It's going to make all little connections on that. It doesn't get confused with that shit. There we go. And what we need here is just one stop on one side of the track and one stop on the other side of the track. That will, here we don't even need any stops, because we are telling it on one side of our track, we're telling it that he needs to stay on this side, and on this track we tell him that you drive on the other side. So if we put a train here on this track, he automatically is going to use both of the tracks, just because of those 2 signals that we placed. If you don't put signals, then the train is going to take whatever he feels like. The closest by to the platform or something, I think, then he will take. So you need to tell him. Obviously, we need a track. And we need to think future-proof. A track, we need a train, I mean. Which means we need a depot. Well, we need to make it future-proof if we need, if this line is going to connect, which it probably will be. We're making steel that still needs to go somewhere. So you can see it's happening that we're going to have to go somewhere to the bay or something. So what we're going to do here is, yeah, I'm going to make that future-proof. This might be a gamble, but you can see this happening. We're going to have to go there at some point. So I'm going to build the tracks already and see what we can do here. We might have to do the diamond after the bridge, because we can make a bridge here like this. Is there any world we need a ship here on this river? Maybe. Click on the bridge, select your bridge, click on the water, zoom in a bit, You like it or not? If not, you can make it a bit higher. Making sure that it's green underneath in case we have to come through here with a ship, then we're already future-proof. I'm okay with that. And then that's a bit expensive, but now we are double tracking it. Now it's less expensive. That's how the game works. And what I'm going to do now is there's no way you can make a diamond here. You might be able to make it work if you go straight, but you can't make diamonds on the bridge. It's not. It's going to allow. You see, it does not want you to allow any crossing on a bridge. So we kind of figured that. So we're gonna have to go make our diamond. What you can also do is you can do this. Go there, and then go. Yeah, same here. Still too early for crossing. Still doesn't want to do it. How far do we need to go, mate? I almost gave it to you. Why is he still connecting that to that bridge? He's doing that side. There we go. So yeah, here we need the train. Stop the train here already. If there is something on that platform, that thing is gonna come over the left side of that track. So we're gonna have it's gonna cross only here. So we need to put the stop over here or just after the diamond. And now with this one, we can just turn it somehow. Maybe it's better to start here. On the outside, always start on the outside. If you go right, if you go left, you start on the other side. Something like that will do. And then over here. There we go. We need a signal here. We need a signal here. And we need a signal there. That's good enough to tell these trains on which tracks to drive. Now we need to make a corner here, which is pretty sharp. Well, it's okay. It's okay. We'll make that smoother than I thought. Okay. Seems to be some trees in our way. That's all fine. Anything on our way here? Okay, that's fine. Okay. So that is connected as well. Now the only thing we need to do is start producing steel. And that also gives us the opportunity to put a depot somewhere on our left here. Where's our stop? Over here. This is not so important. Always start on the outside. If you go left, you start on the right side and you go left. Something like this will do. Since it is a depot, we will use a double slip. The double slip makes trains go very slow, but just coming out of a depot, it will not have speed anyway. So you can use double slip, it can go to both sides. That is in case you need to call in a train. So you click on the double slip and you select yes. There we go. And now it can come from that track, it can go to both of these tracks. So if you need to call a train back into the depot, he can go to the left here. And then you could potentially do the same from this side. And then the train can go to both directions. Now obviously something like that will do. We'll let this one go straight and we'll make one sure that this connects. There we go. Same story here. Click on the double slip and say yes, then it can go to both tracks. And then we're gonna put some signals to let that thing know stop here. That not only will tell trains to stop if they come from the right, but it also will tell this train coming from the depot that it needs to go to the other track. So we also need to stop here and one here, so that these three are connected. Same here. You always need to make sure you could just put stops there, and then sort of, if you then don't put stops here, then you sort of make this your main line, and then the train from the depot will always stop in case there are trains. That is probably a better idea, actually, now that I think of it. But doesn't matter that much. And coming from here, yeah, in theory, if there's a train coming here and there's another one coming there, then in theory this one needs to stop if he wants to go left. But so that's why we usually do it like this. We put one here, we put one there, just in case that this crossing over here, that it's all covered. And then of course you do the same here. When the train comes in and this one comes in at the same time, you need stops for one of those two needs to stop. Train, buildings, we'll dig that one in there. There we go. We'll go to the terrain tool and try to smoothen that stuff out a little bit in the back. Here we go. It's a bit curved now. And then you can easily solve that by quickly painting that. And put some trees on here or something. There we go. Like it was always here. Okay, so we need to produce steel. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a line, which will be our steel line. So we have train cargo 001, and I'm just going to call that steel production this time. Not so oh, it needs to go from there to there. We will tell him what to do. So we want to go from there. And we want you to go to there. It will automatically take that platform because it's the only platform we have. And then we want him to go there. And he will, as you can see, immediately, because of the signals, he knows he needs to come back on the other side. So that's fine. So, the only thing we have to do now is rename these things. The north one here is the steel plant. This one is the coal mine. And that one is the ore mine. So what we want him to do is we want him to go pick up coal here for 50%. Because we're going to make one train which will pick up both. And so we're telling the train now, hey, pick up 50% of your load. Let's say if we make a train which can hold 70, then we are telling the train here, hey, pick up 35 coal and then go to the ore mine. And there you want you to pick up 50% ore. It's not going to take 50% what is on the platform, it's going to fill up the train for 50%. That's what we're telling the train to do here. And then in the steel plant, we want you to just unload whatever you have. Now you can do it specifically and say like unload the coal and the ore that you have with you. So that is the steel production line with one train. And we will start it. Why do we do it with one train? Because as you can see, coal, ore and stone are the same gondola cars. So what we're going to do is, how much kilometers? 50 kilometers an hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at least. Let's do 8 maybe. So then we have 56 capacity. So what it's going to do is going to pick up 28 coal, 28 ore, and it's going to bring that to the steel plant. And then what the steel plant will do is it will produce 14 steel. Now we need something, obviously that's going to be quite heavy probably. This thing will run from 1850 till 1904. I think, if I read it correctly, that our mission here goes from 1899 to 1904. So our train will be able to keep running the whole time. Obviously no diesel or electric yet, so we're gonna have to go with steams. This thing is not fast enough. This one does 55 kilometers an hour, 190 horsepower, 30 tractive effort. I think it's more like acceleration, but also hills and so. You know, if you need to go up hills, you want a high tractive effort, but it's pretty flat here, so that's fine. Doesn't matter that much. So we could put this thing on 190 horsepower. This one has is more power. It's also more expensive, of course. 84,000 per year. This one is 115,000 per year, but it's an option. This one has 326. It goes higher and higher. You can see they're all pretty similar though. It's Russian vehicles. This one is 64. That's already overkill. 45. Russian Class OB, but this is 266,000 a year. Yeah, they're in order of price by the looks of it. What they're costing a year. Yeah, more or less. So this Russian Class thing, 200 horsepower. That's more than enough to bring some steel across. And it does 55 kilometers an hour. It has a decent tractive effort. So yeah, it's one of these two, I think. But for this short trip here, this thing will just do just fine. Has enough acceleration. This one is a little bit more though. Yeah, we'll just take this one. So this is cargo train 001. Steel production. It's cargo train, not train cargo. Cargo train. Put it on the line. Check, check. And now we can start. We'll put it on speed 4 as we always do. And see if this train does what we want him to do. It is putting out coal immediately. It is putting out ore immediately. And now we'll see, we have 56, we'll see what he does here. So he's gonna stop, picks up 28 coal, as we told him, 50% of your production, in this case 56, we have on our, we decided to put 8 cars behind. So he's gonna fill up, in this case, 4 cars with coal, and he's gonna fill up 4 cars with ore, normally. There we go, that's exactly what he did. 4 coal, 4 ore. And this thing is waiting on production on that train. And then, as soon as production starts, I think the mission will be done. Well, the first part, of course. And then we'll see what we need to do. Probably bring the steel somewhere would be the next thing. But obviously we're going to do that with another train. That's why we double tracked already, future-proof our steel plant depot over there.
The golden clasp for the Russian belt of steel isn't called that for nothing. One day it will encircle Lake Baikal like a piece of jewelry. The construction calls for extraordinary skill, and the whole thing costs a huge pile of money. Get started on creating the first stage of the line, which will go down in history as a masterpiece in the art of engineering. Good planning is essential. The surveying work shows that 2 possible routes suggest themselves for the line. You have the final say.
Let's see what we got here. we got a route with a longer construction time but with lower material costs, and we got a route with a shorter construction time with higher material costs. Well, it's not our money, it's a mission money, but we'll go with lower costs, I guess. I think what's gonna do here, my guess, is if you go with the longer construction time, we're gonna have to build around that bay maybe, and if we take shorter construction time, it might be possible that we can use the boat here. But we're just gonna go with lower cost. That's probably always the best decision. You're trying to make money, right?
Well, that's the way it should be. All that has to be done now is to have everything brought to the construction site.
Okay, where's the construction site? As we expected, we needed to be here. Yeah, it was the only other platform available. So now this is our construction site number 1, and it requires steel, or at least to begin with, which we kind of anticipated in, so we build it future-proof. So we need to deliver steel.
The Irkutsk Association of Sable Breeders asks for help. You're supposed to advertise the association's next meeting by announcing it loudly all over town.
We'll have a look into that in a second. That is our first gold medal bonus mission thing. Now let's see, did we have 2 platforms? We did. We have a diamond over there. For now we don't need, I don't know if we ever need 2 trains, but we are future proof. So the only thing we have to do is make a line. We'll make it a bit dark blue maybe, which will be cargo train 002 steel delivery, and that needs to go from there to there. And then we'll have a look on the platforms. He stays right, that's fine. He's gonna go back and then he's gonna do the diamond here. Yep, that's what we built it for. And he's gonna deliver it here. I don't like that. We want platform 1 because he comes in on that track. You want to stop him there, and then he can do a maneuver whenever he's empty, but you don't want a truck which is full to maneuver. And what was this? CS1, we'll just call this construction site 1. That's how they call it. So I'm assuming there will be a 2 somewhere. That will be probably at the end there. We saw there is another platform, but we can't go there yet. We are forbidden to bid. So that's that one. Now we are using a train which can do what is it, 4-4. So we are just gonna build, in this case, what did we use? The rush, this one I think, right? Yeah, under 14,000 a year. That's what we used. In this case, we need this thing, the flat car, which can use the steel, but we are bringing in 4 of each, which means it's gonna. We're bringing in 8 ore and 8 for. Let me think. We only need 2 actually. Because we have 8 cars on the other train, but we need 2 ores, and we only bring in 4 cars. So those 4 cars of ore and those 4 cars of coal is gonna produce 2 cars of steel. So at this moment, of course, it's already going up and down a bit, so it will have a little bit more. So we'll do 3, don't need more. And then we need this thing to be dark blue. This is cargo train 002. Steel to construction site 1. Yeah, we have to do this as well. We have to make this construction site 1 in case we have to deliver steel to construction site 2 as well. Put it on the line and then see if this thing is actually producing steel. It is ready for shipment. It's a bit weird how this works, but apparently production The shipment doesn't start, so this train needs to deliver first. Here he is with his 28 core in oil. Yeah, that's what needed to happen. And now it starts shipping, and there is already steel on the platform. And the other guy, yeah, we could have called him back. But yeah, it doesn't matter that much. We've noticed this before. It needs to deliver 40. What can our train go? 21. So yeah, he needs to go at least up and down 2 times, so we can start our first bonus mission meanwhile, I guess.
Take a walk through town and advertise for the worthy cause of sable breeding.
Wants to establish a bus route with at least 3 stations and drive it. Okay. We know what that means. Numpad 3 to see where our thingy things are. Now we're gonna connect some stuff here. I'm okay with that. Train, bus stops. Let's see, how do we want to drive? We want to go to blue, but not stay away from the main lines. So we'll do this.
Excellent. The first leg has been completed. Tsar Nicholas is extremely pleased. But the terrain is treacherous. A muddy quagmire in the summer, frozen solid in winter.
This is
Thanks to stable steel structures, the tracks are luckily going to stay right where they are. Nothing happens without materials. And make sure that they are ready and waiting by the time the next leg is to be completed.
We'll put one here. I want our line to go this way, and then that way, and pick up the blue people there. What does that mean, the blue people? These are the homes, the houses, whatever you call it, residential.
A group of hunting tourists from Europe is eager to shoot a bear. As luck would have it, construction work has driven off most of the bears. But as for the women, they are relatives of the Tsarina herself, so a bear is an absolute must. The circus currently performing in Irkutsk has a tired old circus bear. Maybe things could work out in the end.
Oh, he's putting it all out to us. But that's okay. We'll do everything at our own pace, my man. You're not gonna fool us with your... Step by step we're doing it. Again, we would like to put our vehicle, material, machines, whatever. In this case, road depot, we want to put it in industrial zone. Has to do with emissions. Never put it in green, that's gonna kill your... that's 10%. If you put it in green, that's 10% extra. So we'll just put it, you can also put it outside, of course. There we go. We have the 80 kilometers an hour machines coming in. If that is 1900. We're not going to use those at this moment. Maybe later, if once the track is our longest thing is available, we might want to put a 80 kilometer an hour train on that one. But for these short trips here, this is 50 kilometers an hour. They're fine. But all at this time, eh? Because it's putting a lot of. Don't get yourself overwhelmed with this stuff. Because we're doing this as a bonus mission. He has meanwhile given us already the bear hunt, which is bonus task 2, and he gave us the next step in our main mission as well. So it's pushing everything out of now. Just do step by step. That makes you do no mistakes. That means in this case we need a new line, which is our first passenger line. In this case, bus line probably. Unless we need to use a tram, but we'll see. And that is Irkutsk city. And we want them to go from industry to residential to the commercial. There we go. That's fine. Good. One vehicle. Let's see what we got here. Passenger. Well, we have the Drostiki, whatever it's called. 20 kilometers an hour horse, pulled with a capacity of 5 people. So we'll buy 3 of those. And those are bus line 001, although it's horse line in this case. Irkutsk. How do you... Irkutsk. Oh, there's another K at the end. Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V, Ctrl-V. Green it is. Okay. Let's pause it for a second. We'll put those up, and now we go to the vehicles. Vehicle manager. Where are they? Okay, there we are. But I need to put them on the line, huh? And we have to drive the route, apparently. We're heading for industry. Definitely industry. Nobody there yet. We're heading for residential now, for the houses. I'm assuming we have to do the whole route. So we probably have to go back to the industry stop. Then we have seen all 3 of them. It's now going for houses, which is over here. There are already people there.
What a disgrace. In reality, the Association of Sable Breeders turned out to be a group of subversive subjects who are conspiring to overthrow the Tsar. You must prevent the meetings at all costs.
And this is the last stop. But I think it was already done because I think that was part of it, right? Oh yeah, it's still that same. So we did the stop. You can go, mate. Thank you. What are we doing now? Okay. So we've done all the stops. And now he wants us to prevent the meeting by looking around in these things. So if I remember correctly, this was a bit of a tricky one the first time I did this, but if I remember correctly, you need to find a small house where the meeting is taking place. And you need to find one house in every of the areas. Right? One somewhere in green, one in blue, and one in yellow. And if you hover over it with your mouse, we can find it. There we go. It says House of the Sable Breeder. So this is the industrial one. What do we need to do with it? Find the meeting points for the conspiracy and demolish them. Okay, so bulldozer them. That's preventing the meeting 1 of 3. So yeah, we need to find the other houses. So there are some small little houses. Industrial building. So yeah, you put your mouse on some of these buildings here. There's usually some little small house, right? It's like one of these here or so. Oh, this is all still industrial. Residential. This is gonna be a bit of a search here. Where are you, little house? That's shopping over there. No, we need residential first. These are all residential buildings, but we need to find wherever the meeting is. Come on, which one is it? It's a very small one normally. The game didn't delete it for us, did it? Can't find the residential one. This one? No. Okay, maybe we can find the shopping one first. Shopping is not that big of an area, so gotta be one of these though. Oh, it's not this one. It's usually some small house, very small house. Deleted. The commercial was over there, so this the industrial was over there. This is the commercial here. This crossing basically is a commercial, so it's got to be here. It's got to be one of these houses. Let's do street by street and house by house. Okay, there is nothing on this part. Okay, let's do this one. Commercial, commercial, commercial. This one, nope. Okay, across the street. Commercial, 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 commercial. Nope. Okay. Over here, nope, 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 nope. All commercial. Not house of the breeding or... Oh, it's this small in here. No. There. You see how small these things are? Jesus. Okay, that's number one. Okay, that needs to go. So that's how small they are. That's two. So now we need... No, that's the commercial. That's gotta be the commercial. Now we need another one of these very small ones. Unfortunately for us, it's on the biggest area, the residential one. And they are so tiny that it's ridiculous. It's not there. It's very small. This one? Nope. Oh, it's even smaller than that. This one? Nope. Oh, come on, where are you, my man? Jesus Minelli. Residential. They're all pretty small here. There we go, found it. Club number 2.
What a relief. The subversive forces have been arrested. The danger is...
That was an annoying one. But hey, we got our first gold mission done. Okay. Meanwhile, we have the second bonus task. Let's do that first.
The circus wants to move on as early as tomorrow. But if a big enough audience can be organized, it might stay for an extra performance.
They want us to bring people to the circus, which is over here. Okay, that's okay actually. It's not that bad. See, we just started a bus line. Ah, we need to connect this though. Okay, we have connection here. Okay. So we'll build a bus stop with one platform or something. It is connecting to the circus, it is. Okay. So the only thing we have to do is coming, we will use that line, huh? Coming from the shopping industry. So after shopping, we want you to go here. Does he figure it out? He has figured it out. And then we'll just, for to be sure, we'll put this vehicles on the new line so that they bring people here. Bring people to the circus. Okay, that's fine. We can use our existing line. This doesn't lit up though, but it gave me connection when we put it down, right? It gave connection. Bring an audience to the circus. There are 5 people in here. Let's see if people are actually getting out here. Probably not though. It will probably take a few cars before actually people getting out and knowing that there is a line here. No, they don't get out. How about this one? He's also foolish. Is he getting the people out? Might take a few runs here. Oh. Now what's gonna happen is we have created this line. There will be some people over there. 40 people over there. If you click on them, one of them might want to go. And see, we also put an extra stop on the line. We're also going to put an extra vehicle on that line. Especially if you have so many people waiting. That's not how it normally goes, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it, or he will do for us. Once we have delivered people, he will tell us. Let's see what the second problem is in here. He wants to supply the second construction site with stone. This is construction site 2. We want stone. Okay, stone is over there. Where's our track? At the moment we don't have a train on this line yet, but that might change it. Always need to think future-proof. So what we want is this thing to go there. And this thing to go there. That's our stone line. We'll already put some signals in here to make sure that they're driving on those lines, and then we need a station here somewhere. What is this? Industry. We could potentially put a station here. It's not in the green zone. Or we could just remove this and put a station on this side. That's probably a better option. Streets, one of these boys, just to get connection. No. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's good enough. That can go, and that can go. I don't need that. We have connection here now. You need to go. They can stay, I think. Cargo, we only need one track. And now we're gonna have to figure it out. We are going to smoothen that out here a bit first. Yeah, here we go again. The game is rebuilding it already. See, this is the problem with this fucking game. Now we have no connection again because the game is interfering with our... Game. Something like that. Yeah, we have a few connection points now. You want a few, that's the main thing. I'm not a fan of this though. We're gonna make a little bit of a foolish thing here. We'll put our station in here first before it starts macking around again. In this case, we'll put it down before the game starts building things again, and now we can just smoothen it out. A little bit, it's good enough, and now we'll just cheese with the... that's a bit dark. There we go. It's a bit of cheating with the paint tool, but then it doesn't cost that much.
Is willing to hand over the tired bear to you for a supply of logs. He can use them to replace the rotten poles for the big top.
Okay. While we're doing that, audience have been arrived, finally. The audience has arrived to our thing. Now we want something else, apparently. Are you kidding me? Smoothen terrain. Seems to be a problem here. Why don't you want to grab that? What's the problem? Do we need to push it? You gotta be kidding me. What? Fucking game. I'll grab it here and then push it along. How about that? Now there's suddenly no problem. Sometimes it's gaming. There we go. Okay, no problem. No problem, we have double tracks and we just need a stop here to... Well, we don't need a stop, but we just... This will tell them that they need to use both. That one signal here will tell them to use both of the tracks in each direction. Okay, now we have another problem now. Obviously, we can't let a train come from that depot over there, so we're gonna need a new depot. And where do we want that depot? Might not be a bad idea to just put it here, actually. We have a diamond here, we can go to all kind of tracks. But this is residential, I think. Oh, it's over there. Commercial is here. Yeah, we also have a dock here, a shipyard. I need to get that train on that line and on that line. So yeah, it needs to be here somewhere. Can we build here yet? No, prohibited area. I don't want to put that depot on the station, but if I put it here somewhere, then it can't go on that track. That's a problem. Without making any stupid corners around here. So we will just put it here somewhere. We just need a little... This will do. Something like that will do. We need some stops right here, right there, and potentially there. And we'll just double step this one. Coming from the depot, and then of course we need a depot. Which can just go here. There we go. Bam. Okay. What do we need? We need 40 stone for our main mission. So we need a stone line. And we're gonna bring the stone here to what is this? Construction site 2. Okay. And this one. Okay. That's the other one. Construction site 2, and this is yeah. Whatever you say there. I seem to be Misovskaya. It's the quarry. We need a new line with something stone color, which is cargo train 03, which is the stone delivery to CS2. Needs to go from there to there. We need a train. We need to deliver 40. It's a short trip, we'll use the 50 cars here. This one does stone 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 42. And we'll use that same train again. Huh? This 55 thing here, 114 a year. Yep, that's good enough. Color it and name it CT3. Stone and go. Does he come out here? Okay, he will figure it out. As the line is available. Yeah. Is he putting out stone? He is putting out stone. Okay. He can do his thing. Meanwhile, what does the other one want here? Now he wants logs to the station here. So what we're gonna do here is this. Make it a cargo. See, we know that this station is connected. This is just a delivery point. So now we made it a delivery point. And we need to bring logs from here, I'm assuming. I think this is our closest by forest. No vehicle available. We might be able to use that. Smoothen that stuff out of here like we were never here. Cheat paint it a little bit like we were never here. And now we can put a truck stop with one thing will do, eh? Can you turn it around, mate? Thank you. There we go. So this is the Irkutsk. Irkutsk. This is of course a depot where we need to pick up stuff. So okay. New line. This is our first cargo line. Line being on the road for me. That's coding that I'm using. So BL's bus line, TL tram line, and CL cargo line with trucks. That's how I use my coding. And so we want logs to the circus, and they need to come from here to make sure you select the truck and not the tram.
The geopolitical situation is coming to a head. trouble is brewing on the eastern borders of the Empire. Time is short. See to it that the route is completed in good time, so that the necessary logistics infrastructure is ready if worst comes to worst. The Tsar cannot be disappointed under any circumstances. In other words, get going. Hurry up. Get everything that's needed here quickly so that the railroad is completed on time.
Now he wants to bring steel and stones to here. We'll deal with that in a second. We'll first make sure that we have vehicles on our locked circus line here for the next bonus thing. Cargo, what do we have available? We have actually a steam vehicle. First truck.
Material is constantly
God,
disappearing
seriously.
from the construction sites. And just what might be the cause? There are rumors that a mysterious creature is prowling around the taiga. A well-known shaman supposedly knows what to do.
Okay. That's the third bonus mission. No, he's pushing out everything again to us. We were looking at the first truck when he interrupted us. What's its king do? 5? Well, 6 at least. Okay. Now we don't need to deliver. We need to deliver 10 locks to the circus. So we'll just put 2 vehicles on there. And that is cargo line 1 with locks. And they can go on that line. Okay, they're taking care of the locks. And now let's have a look on this thing here. We now need steel to construction site 3. And the red circle is gone here, so they gave us the opportunity here. So we can build now on this line. What do we need to deliver? 40 steel. We're not a fan of this one here, right? We're gonna have to pass by here at some point, so what I'm gonna do is configure this one and put some extra tracks. We can't. Okay. We see where you're going with this, my man. I will just start here. Not much happening on this track at the moment. One train. Maybe not though. We'll see. We want to stop here. No, we also need to deliver stone, but we can't come over here. So that also needs to go on this line. Okay, so we need 2 trains on this line. In that case, we're gonna have to put some more signals here. Otherwise, they're gonna run into each other constantly. Look at that. Game trying to fool us here. What is that bullshit? Happy again? We're allowed to construct, but it seems that the game is not so happy with the fact that we doubled the track yet. We need a diamond here, of course. Do we? Well, not necessarily a diamond, but we definitely need to go from this platform to that track. And see, we are doing that. It's always best to do a diamond. Where is our stop? Over there somewhere. Okay. And now we have double tracks. Okay. Game will figure it out. So we're bringing stone on that construction tide, so if we put a ship which brings stone across, but then something needs to pick up stone here though. This guy here. Let's pause this for a second. We want that steel guy. Steel production? No. Steel delivery. That one. We have delivered here, so we don't need... steel delivery to CS3 is what we need, but this is not CS3 though. No, this station needs to go, simple as that. That's what needs to happen. And this one needs to be construction site 3. And this is where it needs to change, not to 1 anymore, but to 3. Steel delivery to 3. So here we're picking up steel. And in the construction site 3, we want you to unload your steel. That's 1. So this train will now, yeah, we can keep going. Once we tell this guy to go on the new line that we have set. Okay, he goes, he will figure it out. We should get some steel here anytime soon, probably after this guy delivered again, because there is no steel on the platform. No, it needs to reship again, because it was not shipping. We probably lost some money on that line actually, because this construction site was over and this train was still going. It was not delivering anything anymore. That's a problem with these things. Meanwhile, we have 5 supplies to the circus, so that is working. So yeah, we need a coal mine thing here. That guy is still going, half. It's not going very fast anymore though. What's your problem, mate? Vehicles. Is he running? Well, everything is still good and very good. Okay. So he's gonna deliver. Production starts up again. He will start shipping. There we go. Shipping is out. The steel is out. Okay. Steel is going over there. Whenever he comes back, he will have a full steel.
The hunters have departed empty-handed. The bear disappeared. Word has it that it frightened a postman and stole his bicycle.
Okay. So, circus thing is done. But we can let it run because it still needs locks. So we can let that line run for now. It's fine. You always need to see what we are and hear what's going on here. Where's our shipping? Where is our boy here? Okay. Pause, because this guy is running empty as well. So we need to connect everything here to make the stone come through again. Which means we need another cargo train, which will be because we can't go straight yet. So we're gonna have to bring stone into this thing here. The ship needs to bring it across the river, and another train needs to pick it up here to go to there. So we need to create this train line here. Because we cannot allow to go straight through that construction plant. Cargo line 04, which is stone from construction site 1 to construction site 3, and that is from here to there. See what's going on with the platforms. He's coming in. Yeah, he needs to pick up stone here and go straight with stone. Yeah, that's fine. That platform is fine. Now what we potentially could do is let the other train go left here. We have a diamond here. Well, it's fine. It will work. Okay, so we can bring stone from here to there, which means now we need cargo boat 01, stone river cross, let's call it that, which just needs to go from there to there. And then the other train we still have, but this one does not deliver stone to the construction site 2 anymore, but it will bring it to the harbor up CS2. Okay, so what is that thing here? 42. Okay, so we need a train on this line, that's for sure. That's the first thing we need. We have a double track here as well, don't we? Okay, let me see. We might need some double signals here and there. Oh, that's fine. Should figure it out. Okay. 42. This one can come from here, from this depot. Cargo, we're using the 50 km/h ones for now because there are other trains on that speed on that track. What are we doing? Stone. It's this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 42 on that side, so we'll take 42 on this side as well, and we put that same truck again. Which one was it? The Russian class GP, I think we're using on the other tracks. It's doing the job. And this is going to have to be 4, I think. So that's that color. CT04 stone to CS3. We have that line. You go on it. These are ready to go. Okay, then we need the stone to be delivered here by a ship. Cargo. 110, 70, that's good enough. The cheapest boat available. Okay, that's this part purple. Cargo boat 01 stone. And you want to go on that stone line. Okay. And then this guy, which we have going already. What line is that? What's going on with that line? We want that other platform. We want platform connected to the road. This is now harbor CS2, and we want the other platform. Making sure that it's connected, but I think it is. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And now we need to tell this train to go back on our new developed harbor line here with the other platform. Okay, now I think things should be working. We have a delivery point. We sort of work backwards. Delivered the stone will come over from the boat, and it will be delivered by that train. So we should get on this platform. If we press play, we should start getting stone again once they're all going. There we go. Immediately stone on the platform. So it has figured out that we have a delivery endpoint. That's why you go backwards with these kind of things. Okay. Meanwhile, we got the second gold medal, and we have another one here. What is this?
The shaman can be found on a mountain in the southeast.
Shaman? That's just hopefully just pushing a few question marks. That would be nice.
The shaman has spoken. There's no doubt that the mysterious monster of the taiga is responsible. The only way it can be appeased is with offerings of precious jewels. The gemstones are supposed to be found on the steepest slope to the southwest.
Where? This was southeast. This was southeast. So if this is southeast, then it should be southwest here somewhere. Ah, there we go. What do we need to do? Dig it up. Terrain tools, digging.
What wonderful rare specimens. They radiate an extremely unusual energy.
And now we want to bring us the gemstones to the shaman. Okay. Click thing again.
The shaman was kind enough to hand over the gems to the tiger monster.
Okay.
He said it would be too dangerous.
That's cool. So we have done our 3 bonus missions, which means we can now focus on our main mission, trying to get the longest train in Trans Siberia or whatever it was. Okay, we are getting things done. The boat has delivered. We have now stone here as well. 38. Of course it's 38, not going to be 40, because why would it be in one go delivering? Okay, this thing will go very quickly. This thing on the other hand, which can it carry? 21. Edit. What are we doing? Steel here. 1, 2, 3. Modify. Why did we only make that thing 21? Yeah, it delivers 21 steel. Come on. Oh, don't tell me it's gonna be 19. Oh, 19 is enough actually. 21 plus 19 is 40. So it doesn't matter. It will have more though, because this guy just delivers first. Yeah. This delivers, so we will have some more stone on it. We will immediately start producing. Yeah, this thing is not bringing in. So this goes, he has 29 steel, that's good enough. And what was going on with this guy? He's coming back, he has 42, there is 34 stone on the thing, it's good enough. The only problem we need to have a look now is that, because we already lost money on the other construction sites, whenever that thing is built, we need to see that we stop that line, because it doesn't require, as soon as it's built, it doesn't require any product anymore. Like now, as you see that it needs steel and stone. If this thing is built, this thing is going to go away. We need to stop these lines. We are losing money on that. We are making money now, but like here, this steel delivery train, 40,000. That's pretty low for a train. We were definitely losing money on that because that thing has been running empty for quite a while. Because we were dealing with the bus lines and stuff like that, while it was not delivering steel anymore. That's something you need to pay attention to. We're making money, but it costed us more than foreseen. Yeah, all these lines need to stop. As soon as this thing is built over there, construction site 3, all of these lines need to stop, because it will stop producing bricks over here. So this stone line is going to be empty, the boat is going to be empty, and the steel thing will be empty. So we need to stop all these trains. Now we can still use them. We can send them back to the depot or something, because we probably need to do something else. Okay, the stone is delivered. It still requires stone, it says. Yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on these symbols here. If they disappear, we need to stop all these lines, or we start losing money big time. What are we waiting on? On this train here.
It's done.
Oh.
The railroad project. Ensure that the supplies of materiel for waging war get to the Eastern Front.
Sell the boat. What is this? the steel train. Send him to the depot. And what are you? The stone train. Sell. Okay, and you go back to the depot. Okay. So the steel train should come back in here. This one drives in there. We have no trains on the lines anymore, and we also sold the boat. So the buses, they can keep going, that's fine. Stone to the river crossing, cargo boat, that line can go. Logs to the circus, they still need logs here, so we can keep bringing circus logs, no problem. Steel production, that is the coal and ore here, bringing into the steel plant. That can keep going because we probably still need steel. Do we? No, we don't. Now we can still keep delivering coal and ore to the steel plant. That's not a problem. This needs to go. This line. We don't need construction site 3 anymore because it doesn't require anything anymore. So that line can go. And we have stone delivery to the harbor. We don't need any stone anymore because we can build. So that's done. And what is this? Stone from CS1 to... oh, that was this stone train. What happened to that guy? We sold him. Okay, that can go as well. Okay, which leaves us with a bus. So we have a bus line over here, that's fine. People can still move around, that will always make you money. We are picking up logs with the trucks. And the circus still needs logs apparently, so that's fine, we're still making money on that. And now we have steel production, which is this thing coming from the ore mine and the coal mine. It will pick up 50, yeah, 20 coal, and then he will pick up 28 core here as well. And this steel will still be producing as long as we bring it. It's not shipping it, but it's still producing. So that line will still make us money, whether we stop this line or not. Yeah, it's making us 200,000 a year. That's fine. So what we need to do now is connect, because now we can build here. Oh, they already did it for us, or what? Okay, but I want some double tracks here. They gave us a track even for it, which means we can double track, which is always cheaper. We might sell those trains actually. Because see, we have no trains on here, now we can switch. We can switch now to the 80 kilometers an hour one. It does. Can we build on this now or not? We should be able to. Nope, it does not want us to. Okay, whatever. Whatever, eh? Stupid thing. Ah, here we go again. This stupid thing again. Okay, coming back in, you have to wait. So apparently we have to make a passage on this construction site station because we can't build another one. Kinda weird. This construction site is dead. It's kinda weird that we cannot double track this. We can though, if we just go by with it. Can we go by with a track, or is that also not allowed? It's not ideal, but... Yeah, then you see you have all these little connections. Doesn't like that. That's why you want to build your 4 tracks here on this, by configuring the depot, but for some reason it doesn't allow us to. So yeah, we're gonna have to make a stop here and stop there then. Oh fine, we do want some double signals here and there on the track every few hundred meters, because obviously we're gonna have to do a long trip. We're gonna put some double trains on here. We're gonna stop here, that's fine. Put a stop here, that's fine. We have done everything here, so let's do a double here. This is fine, and then yeah, we have to start from here now. Because now we want to double track this. We're gonna put a few trains on here. We need to deliver 130 munition for our final mission. On a very long trip, so we're gonna put some trains on this thing. Put 2-3 trains on this thing. Did we diamond it here already? We did. Okay, we just need to connect. There we go. And do we stop it here? No, we didn't. So we need one stop here and then a few double left righters every few 100 meters, so that your trains can keep going and that they're not waiting on the next best signal or whatever. So one more, and then here we have everything already connected. So where are we picking up? We are picking up over here on the munition store, and we have to go all the way here to the depot. So we need a new line, which will be now a cargo train 2, munition delivery, and that needs to go from there all the way to there. And he has figured it out. Did we put our signals right? We have double track here, seems to be good. We have double track here. Yep. And then here, yeah, it does maneuvering business. Nope. There seems to be a problem here. Oh, he has figured it out now. Okay. They didn't want to give me my my lines here. What the hell is that? Get that thing off my track. And here again. Okay. All good here, double lined, waypoints and all that stuff. We need a few more signals here now, because now we need 2 trains on this track. We don't have that many around here. Okay, so we want a double here somewhere. Maybe another one here, just to be sure. All good here, this is fine. Put a stop there, double there. Yep, that's good, the rest is good enough. Okay, in this depot we have a train sitting, which we don't need, so we're gonna sell it. And in this train depot we're gonna do exactly the same, because we're gonna take fast trains now. We have a slow train on this short line here with the but that's fine, so he can stay. He's not gonna bother us on the long line. So this one can go as well. We'll just buy new trains because we need more speed. So we have locomotives which can do 80 now. Seeing we are over 1903 we are. Meanwhile, we need munition, which apparently is a boxcar. What can they carry? 12. 80 kilometers an hour. What do we have here that can do 80 kilometers an hour? Probably nothing. No. Okay, so we need to take the Russian class PV because it's the only thing which can do 64. Wow. 55, 55, 50, 64, 45, 60. This one has 600 horsepower, 95 tractive effort. This one has 400 horsepower, 180 a year. This is 260 a year. But this one can do 64, that's more speed. If we don't make it too long, it's fine. We'll just put a few on it. One of those. And munition. We can do 64 kilometers an hour. We're limited by our locomotive, but it's better than 50 with the small boxes, so we'll do the big boxes, and they can also carry more. So if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we can carry 60. $72. We need to deliver 150. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 84. That's 160 up and down, but of course it will not be full the first time. You already see that coming, but and we're obviously going to buy 2, which will be CT-03 munition. Only line 2 now because we deleted all the other lines and trains. Okay, we'll send the first one out. Let's see how much munition we get by the time he gets there. Oh my god, he doesn't know. No, no, no. No, 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 no. He's gonna go all the way to the other city. We have no connection to this track here. I'm gonna have to turn him around somewhere. We can't turn him around here. Because we have a diamond here, he can switch. Okay, there we go. That's fine. Okay, we need connection to that track. With a double slip. And also here a double slip. Have some signals. We got what's going on here? I don't need a signal here then. Needed before then. Coming from there, you might want to wait on the main line, and going there, you might want to stop on the main line. Same story here. We need to stop here then, and we can remove this one. Okay. What do you have? Wait, what did you pick up? I can grab him. 84. Okay. Where's the other one? You. Go. We're gonna follow this guy as well though. See what he does. He should go right here. If he doesn't, we're gonna interfere with it again. There's more than enough waiting for 2 trains. Not a problem. Just the question is, will our mate go right here, or is he gonna do stupid things? Please turn right. No, of course not. They always drive to the end point. Okay, we need to let him go on that platform then. turn him around again. Turn around, stupid idiots. That's fine. So this train over there, that's number 1. He has already picked up 84, and we'll see what this one does. We should be done with this very shortly. It's all depending on train number 2 here. If he picks up, when he delivers, we will have 160 something. The first guy, he's filling up. And the other one is already almost delivering. So yeah, that one has to go all around the lake, and this one over here. So that one is over there somewhere. And this one is delivering here. This one here is coming in. So we're depending on this boy here. Whenever he delivers, our mission should be done. And all our lines are making our money because we eventually finish the other lines. Okay. So he has to go around the lake and then all the way up there, while the other one is, who knows where, probably coming back somewhere. There he is. He's coming back, he has delivered already. Now they are still processing it over here, but eventually they should go to 84 because that's what we delivered here. Now what we didn't do, but actually turned out okay, is that we are actually delivering here. We didn't need to deliver in the city, we need to deliver on the supply warehouse here. If we need to deliver in the city, let's say in the Austral, then we might need to have put a truck stop here to actually bring over from the station, because the station is only connected to a few houses here. But if we press 6, which will shows us the goods normally, but they don't require any goods in any city on this in this mission. So it's all just warehouses that we are delivering to. Something you can get used to, because in Transport Fever 3 there is an extra step coming. You need warehouses all over your map. So you will not do something like this where you make some steel. Okay, that's all fine. But then you produce steel and then you have to bring that out. You don't need to bring it out to a city. You bring it out to a warehouse, so it's some other depot which needs to be in the vicinity of your steel plant. So you're gonna have to build a warehouse here somewhere, some sort of cargo hub, you can look at it. And you're gonna have to build a warehouse, and then some trucks will come here and they will just deliver. In this case the steel, they will deliver to wherever it needed. So from the warehouse on, you don't have specific lines going left way or whatever. No, you will just have trucks picking it up and they will bring it to wherever it needs to be. And when it arrives, you will get your money. Meanwhile, I think we're almost done with this mission.
Despite your active commitment, the war has sadly been lost. And there were times when the good Tsar was more popular too. But at least the Russian Empire is still left with the most impressive railroad line in the world.
Let's do something like this maybe. Right. We'll take a picture for our episode, and then we'll minimize that. And this was episode number 5. Actually under 2 hours, which is, we were always prolonging our missions, and for this being the 5th mission.
It's the dawning of the 20th. Mankind.
So we have one more mission to go in this chapter before we move on to the I think it's 1920 when chapter 2 starts. So next time we'll probably be somewhere between 1900 and 1920, somewhere in that area, and I believe we are going to the Middle East somewhere. So this one was relatively quickly, although yeah, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours in no time when you start doing these kind of missions, but we managed to get it done. We've delivered the munition, we have done the 3 bonus tasks in between. At some point he was throwing everything at us at the same time. Then you just need to keep in your mind, okay, what am I doing here? Let's do this first, and let him talk and let them talk, and then you can click on the things later to actually see what you need to do for the other things. Don't try to do whatever he says, because then you can't keep up. Then you're gonna get confused and make mistakes very easily. Like, we actually made a mistake in this mission in that way that we let that steel train run to construction site 1 once it was already built and it was not delivering steel anymore. So we actually lost some money on that thing. But at the end, all our lines were making our money. The same with construction site 2, where I think 1 or 2 up and down trains which were actually empty. Need to deliver to this construction site in this mission. Make sure that once you have delivered, that you immediately stop those lines, because then it stops demanding for those goods, and we were still going up and down with our train and it had no goods in it. So yeah, but we got it done. That will be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time in mission number 6. Bye bye for now.